Hey, Andy Mattis here, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my honest review of the Sam Evans Consulting Accelerator. So, just to give you kind of a bit background about me, I started my consulting business back in 2019. Prior to joining the Sam Evans Consulting Accelerator, I actually joined a social media marketing agency program, which was, just basically complete junk before I actually jumped into the Sam Evans program. Now, once I joined Sam Evans, it was a huge kind of mindset shift for me, like huge shift about, the world of business and things like that. And I have to say, up until now, I'm like $40,000 deep in investments and stuff like that. The Sam Evans Consultant Accelerator is still one of the best investments that I've made along the way. So I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you guys inside the membership portal because obviously the program's really good. There are some things that were good about it. There's some things that I didn't quite like, which kind of, led me into kind of, obstacles and stuff like that. So I'm really going to just dive in, show you guys inside the membership portal and really kind of break down what you get for the 2K or the 1500 if you get a discount on it. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull my screen up and show you inside the membership portal. Welcome back, guys, and as you can see, I've just logged into the Consulting Accelerator membership portal, okay, and you come to a little dashboard like that looks like this, okay, so, very nice, very neat, compared to some kind of programs. Sam's actually built his course on a custom software, so, everything inside the membership portal is top notch, all right, so one of the things that he kind of added, I think it was like sort of early 2020, maybe sort of late 2020, was, for you to be able to get an accountability partner, right? And if any of you kind of been in business for a while, like, especially as you're starting, having someone there to kind of hold you accountable is like really, really important. So it's really good on that stuff. You can just click on here, and you can just kind of scroll through and just find people that are kind of like maybe in your, I'm in the UK, right? So I don't necessarily want someone that's from, I don't know that I mind, but I don't necessarily want someone that's from like California who are 8 hours behind us in the UK if the time zones are going to be sort of conflicting. So you can kind of just have a look. You can just find people that are, in your sort of area and, someone that kind of doing something similar to you that you would want to have as your accountability partner. So if we just go back to the dashboard here and we actually go into the Consultant Accelerator program, as you can see, he's got the up level consulting, which is the next level. And then he has this quantum mastermind, which is his high level mastermind program. So we click on the Consultant Accelerator. Okay, week one, is just really about kind of, setting strong foundations, right? Because online business is just really about having the right kind of fundamentals in place and then kind of building on top of it, right? If your fundamentals are flawed, it doesn't matter what you do, everything will fall apart. Okay, so week one is really just about picking your niche, laying some strong kind of foundations for you to then obviously kind of build upon as you kind of go through your business. So really good. And one thing to kind of note, guys, this wasn't really kind of an issue for me, but some people, they just have such a kind of short kind of attention span, they can't really sit and watch long videos. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, the videos in this course are very long. I think on average each video is around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. If we click on this one's 2 hours 30 minutes. Let's have a look at this one. 1 hour 32, 1 hour 20, 1 hour 10. So yeah, these ones aren't too bad, but yeah, most of them are, I would say, are around sort of 2 hours long. Okay, all of Sam's videos are transcribed as well. So if you're someone that kind of likes reading, you don't necessarily have to go through this content. Sam also ships you out a box, okay, which has books. The whole Consultant Accelerator program has been transcribed, turned into books, and you get some like few worksheets and stuff like that. You get your own kind of notepad, Consultant Accelerator, consultant.com notepad, which you can use there as well. As you scroll down, as you can see, it's got like a little bit of text, about this video, about this lesson, and then over here on the right hand side, he's got some kind of like worksheets. So as he's kind of going through the training and he's basically talking about certain things, there may be certain exercises, certain things that you need, you can just literally click on here and download them on the right hand side. And as you scroll down, as you can see, it's all of the videos are in MP3 version, which you can get there as well. And then the transcript is down the bottom here. So as you can see, it's really neat. You can just click on down here, read more, and you can just read through the entire lesson if that's something that you want to do. All right, so that's week one, just pretty much just sort of, warming you up, laying some foundations, teaching you about what you're going to need to do to really sort of build your business. And then from week two, it has to be, without a doubt, like my favorite week of the Consultant Accelerator program, because this is what really helped me. Things that I learned in here, 18 months on, I'm still using till this day. Okay, and week two is all about mindset. Now, if you actually go and look at the testimonials on Sam Evans's page, you will see like 80% of them just talk about the mindset, right? Because it was just like, still to this day, like I said, I'm $40,000 deep in, programs. I've been through some amazing programs, programs that are better than the Sam Evans program. However, there's still not a mindset training that quite, touches Sam's program. All right. So yeah, week 2 is just really about kind of mindset. I'm not really going to dive like too much into, what he's teaching you in here. But again, same as, you get worksheets, you've got transcript and stuff like that. Now, week 3, right? The alchemy of client conversion, right? So again, I wasn't too much of kind of like a fan of this one. This is basically about how to actually kind of, sell your services to prospects. Okay, so Sam really goes into the sales training. He's crafted his own kind of, sales script and stuff like that. Now, the sales training was really kind of weird. As someone that's kind of, role played it, as he tells you to go into the group and kind of, role play it and stuff like that, as someone that's actually kind of tested it, there was just certain things that were just like a little bit weird. His objection handling stuff really wasn't that good. So this is something that I really didn't like too much about the Sam Evans Consulting Accelerator. I haven't been through like tons of other kind of training and, basically crafting my own script that works really well. I can tell you, obviously, Sam Evans's sales training isn't the best. He's had massive success with it. A lot of his students have success with it. So it does work. So I'm not just saying it's like awful, it does work. However, there is like way better out there. Okay. So that's one of the things that I didn't really like too much on that one. And then we go into week 4, right? Now, this one is all about the alchemy of client attraction. So this is essentially how you're going to go out there, how you're actually going to sort of market your business, how you're actually going to attract clients, right? Now, this was one thing that really, really kind of tripped me up. Okay. Now, the reason that this wasn't too good, right, was basically because it's a little bit outdated, right? So this version of the program was actually built back in 2017. We are now in May 2021. And I know Sam is actually working on, rebuilding like new versions of the program. So I will do another review once that one's, been completed and I actually kind of go through that one. However, in here, yeah, like when I came into the program, again, like, a lot changes. Like, changes the only constant in this world, right? Things are always shifting. And as you kind of see with like coronavirus and stuff like that, like the world's gone through like a massive shift. And this was kind of just like sort of outdated methods of like what's really kind of working in the market. Again, there would have been a time when this was like, amazing, but, it's not the most effective way to do organic marketing in 2021. It wasn't the most effective towards the end of 2019 either, if I'm honest with you. Just a little bit outdated. So it is, yeah. So this is like, the alchemy of client attraction, organic attraction methods. So it goes into things like lumpy mail, just in case you're not aware of like what lumpy mail is. You're essentially just kind of sending letters out to people with like little objects inside the package so that, your package is the first one that ends up at the top of the pile and doesn't just get put in, a drawer and kind of, people forget about it. And kind of like, emails and stuff like that. And just like a whole bunch of kind of things that they do work, but they're a little bit outdated, and there's a much more kind of effective way to do organic marketing today, which most people are kind of doing, through Facebook and stuff like that. So again, he just walks you through like organic methods. He talks about paid, but yeah, the paid methods really mainly go into week 5, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And then, planning your 30-day attack. So this is like really good. I do like this one. After you've kind of learned, all the kind of like fundamentals, the mindset, what you're selling, how to sell it, organic traction methods, he makes you plan like a 30-day attack. Okay, so it's just essentially like a 30-day plan where you're just basically going to go out there and you're just going to, attempt to try to get as many clients as you can. So again, that stuff's really good. And conquering paralysis, this is really good. A lot of people kind of consume. The issue with this course, right, I think why he's got this one in here is like when people consume a lot of information, like I said, most of these videos are like 2 hours. So let's just kind of have a look through how long these ones are. This one's like really short, 23 minutes, 2.5 hours, right? 2 hours, 12 minutes. And like I said, like as people are kind of going through and they're on week 4 now, they're consuming like 2-hour videos. Often you've consumed so much information, you haven't actually kind of, put it into action. That can be like a little bit overwhelming. And what usually happens is people kind of think, well, like, what do I do with all of this information? And they actually just kind of, stop. So Sam's actually got a video here on how to actually, overcome this. So you can actually start progressing forward in your business. Now, week 5. This one is, oh man, like if any of you are running Facebook ads, this training was absolutely amazing. There's quite a lot of videos in this one, like 13 of them. These ones aren't too long if I remember right. However, like most people out there teaching Facebook ads aren't too good at it, right? I don't know what kind of numbers Sam Evans is doing at the moment, but back in 2017, he was making like sometimes like 100 grand a day. He talks about this stuff, right? And if you notice with Sam Evans, his ads they're amazing. I don't think anyone can deny that. Sam Evans's ads are like they're amazing. The copy's well written, and one thing that he teaches as well is like, if you notice with Sam Evans' ads, most of them are images, right? They're not videos. Everyone will tell you that you need to do videos. Sam basically walks you through this extensive like Facebook ads training where you really understand the algorithm and how Facebook ads really work, the types of budgets you want to be using for testing, how many ads you want to be running, and he gives you basically this software, right? He shows you this software where you can basically create, like, let's say for example, I don't know, 4 ads, right? 4 different angles. You can use 20 different images, and you can basically plug it into this software, which would then basically duplicate those ads and actually make 600 like different ad sets. It's insane, right? So you can just test like an insane amount of ads, find out which ones work well, find out which ones don't work, switch them off. He refers to them as blue swans and red swans. So blue swans are good ads, red swans are bad ones. It's really the best, probably the best Facebook ads training that I've seen out there. So yeah, this stuff I really recommend if you're running Facebook ads, is to learn from a guy that's just made a shit ton of money from it, which is Sam Evans. And then going into week 6, okay, week 6 is called minimum viable service delivery. Okay, so essentially, he goes into like higher end top 1% contractors, setting expectations, minimum viable service delivery. So essentially just really kind of about like, minimum viable service delivery. So once you've got clients, how can you do the job, right? With the least amount of work possible. Okay. So essentially just kind of like, it goes into like finance and cash flow mastery. This stuff's like really good because most people kind of skip over this stuff, and we all need to learn about like finances and cash flow. Accounting softwares, how to really kind of understand like the money side of things, because like he says, it doesn't matter if you're earning 100 grand a month. It really doesn't matter. If you can't hold on to any of that money, you just be just as broke as someone who's working on minimum wage, right? So it's really about how can you actually be smart with your money? How can you actually know your numbers to the dollar, as he says, and know exactly what's going on in your business at all times, whether it's finances, whether it's something else. Just really kind of powerful. And then from here he goes into like the marketing automation side of things, active campaign and stuff like that, which is really good. And then week 7, if I remember right, it's just not really kind of like that much training. So yeah, this is really kind of pre-framing you. It's basically the upsell for the up-level consulting program. Okay, so like the secrets to exponential scale, productizing your services, and then what is up-level consulting, which is his next level, which is to help you accelerate, is to help you scale from 0 to 6 figures as a complete beginner. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're not at 6 figures yet, Accelerate is kind of for you. And then up-level consulting is really about how do you turn those services that you're doing, how do you actually scale to 7 figures using marketing automation. So it's really about kind of creating your own course and stuff like that, just allowing you to really kind of scale, because Consultant Accelerator is really about a manual process, you doing all of the work. But there becomes a point where you hit this glass ceiling. So yeah, up level is really much more about how to actually kind of scale your business. And then he's got like a little DM bonus week. I don't really remember much about this one. It's probably because I haven't really gone through this one again. All right, so yeah, it's just kind of like a few kind of issues. Like picking a niche is one issue that a lot of people kind of run into. So yeah, he's got like a few things on here about that. And then if we actually go into one thing that I really like is up here, it kind of talks about how to get help. It's got this feature called the Hive Mind, right? This is amazing. So if I just basically, if I'm struggling, right, and I'm like I said, there's a lot of content, sometimes that could be a lot of videos to kind of sift through, and I want to find something specific, right? So if I come on here and I just, search, let's say for example, sales script, right? It's going to take me to this, right? It's got things where And like I said, all of Sam's videos have been transcribed, so it actually tells you, okay, so crafting your script, week 3, crafting your script, have you ever wondered how the sales script and sales training came to be, right? So if this is like the part of the video that I actually wanted, I can just click on here, all right, and it's going to take me to this video of where I need to be to actually kind of find that, all right. And then if we go down to the help center, all right, you've got like some kind of like common sort of issues and things that people kind of run into. You can just literally click on here. There's loads of articles about Facebook ads. So maybe there's some like common questions that keep coming up on like Q&As and stuff like that. Sam's basically put together some articles to kind of help you with that stuff there. So it goes into like Facebook direct outreach process, LinkedIn direct outreach process, and things like that, which is kind of obviously really helpful, especially if you kind of get stuck. And then if we click on, sorry, that's what I just went on. I didn't want that one. There we go. Weekly Q&A calls. So we go on the Consultant Accelerator, and as you can see, you get access to all of the past call recordings. Okay, so you can literally access those. You can just, view the recordings. There's absolutely loads of them going right the way back to 2016. We're now in May 2021. And then I don't know why this isn't loading. It usually does, but yeah, usually the upcoming Q&A calls will show up here, and you can literally just click on those to attend. So we have like Nick Hauser who does that at the moment. Really good guy, and he comes in and just basically answers all of your questions. Now Sam got rid of the Facebook group, okay, for the Consultant Accelerator program, and he opened up a platform called School, which I'm not too much of a fan of, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I'm not really going to go into this one now because I don't really want to kind of put my email on here. But yeah, it's a platform called School. Okay, you used to have a Facebook group. It's a platform called School now, which is just kind of like a private platform that he's kind of put together because there were like a lot of members that were sort of reaching out to each other, trying to sort of pitch each other. And Sam, states in the course that he doesn't really want that stuff going on. He wants a community vibe. So now, like on this platform, you can essentially turn off messages. You can do a whole bunch of things, which is kind of good in a way. However, it just kind of loses that sort of yeah, a lot of people really don't like it that were in the Facebook group, and as you can see, there's only like 5,700 members in there. And when Sam closed down the Facebook group, there was something like nearly, I think it was like 16.9 thousand members in there. So yeah, he's got about a third of his group on this School platform. So that's my review of the Consultant Accelerator program. I would love to know your comments. If you have any sort of feedback or any questions, pop them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and sort of share this video. And if any of you are looking to get a $500 discount off the Consultant Accelerator program, post a link down in the bottom in the comments where you can go and check it out. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Have a good one.